Sound check. Good afternoon. We got the 1900 and below finals happening here. WBCA 8-ball championships here for regionals. 8-ball Warriors is on the point, so they need to win once, and Silver Star Syndicate would need to double tip to take first place. 8-ball Warriors has been running strong through this tournament. Not got to watch as much of the Silver Star Syndicate. 8-ball Warriors have been in front of the booth, been really busy out here this week, having a great time here at Chinook Winds. Not as familiar with the player from Silver Star Syndicate. I'm gonna actually go grab the roster really quick so that way I can refer to the correct players on the table. Give me just 2 seconds. All right, got those names for 8-ball Warriors. We've got John Hunter, Jonathan Carrier, Mark Pearl, and Wesley Wise. And then on Silver Star Syndicate, we got Todd Brewer, Frank Murray, Mitch Shepard, and David Brewer. Currently shooting right now is Wesley, or goes by West. He was the Iron Division champions in singles. Now they're battling out for a second final for West here this week. Looking to slide this 10 ball underneath. Even with the rub, gets it to go. Nice shot. Now everything's looking pretty open. Just got to connect the dots and stay in the moment. That'll trick you to hold your cue ball here, playing the 14 into a half of a pocket. Gonna be pretty fortunate to get that one ball to fall, because I don't think that the pocketing angle is available for the one ball. It's draw a little outside edge to outside edge, see relatively how much of that ball he's got. Yeah, he's down looking really close. He might have a portion of the ball, but I don't think he can access the right hand side of it from his perspective. But let's see what he's able to work with. Really dialing in. This is a tight one. Able to get it. Nice shot. Yeah, this is a $2,000 pay difference between first and second in this division. I believe there were 88 teams in the 1900 and below. So these guys have battled out lots of matches to get to this point. Looks like we lost a stream down. I need to go check on really quick. Nice shot on that 8-ball. While they're racking, I'm going to step aside and check on the gold finals. Made it back just in time. Tie ball game. Yeah, I took a little peek at the payouts on this too. Is just a little over $5,700 for first, or $3,700 for second. So this match is going to bring lots of pressure to both teams. Really broke those well. Pretty unfortunate not to get a ball to go down. This is John coming to the table. You'll have to forgive me for Silver Star Syndicate's fans and friends out there, because I'm a little unfamiliar with those players, but 8-Ball Warriors have been hanging out in the booth this week, and got to meet them and be able to recognize them by those interactions. Oh, gonna be a little overcut. Pull up the chat here and see if anybody hanging out. So I believe this is Mitch shooting now for 8-Ball Syndicate, or excuse me, Silver Star. Quite the cluster going on center table there around the 8-Ball. Gonna have to kind of get a little bit creative, maybe using the 10-ball to kind of rearrange the furniture a bit and make it a little easier on the out. think John's going to want to be getting somewhere on this side of this line for the 10 ball here with his 14, unless he's seeing something a little bit more differently than I. Just trying to get up underneath. I like the idea. Catches that point though, and unfortunately not really a lot available other than cutting this 15 in and running into the 3 and kind of seeing what comes of it. Nice cut. Not going to have much for an available look. Kicking at the 9-10, plays a little larger, gets a good hit, just gets a rail. Nice speed surrounding that 7 ball there is going to provide Mitch with a pretty difficult out now. As he's looking to bank that ball. Probably going to look to break it out. Kind of like coming at it right now with a touch of inside. Kind of coming across the 7 here and using the possibility to knock it free. Looks like that's what he's looking to do. Loosened up some things around the 8, but 7 ball is still a challenging location. All right, working it out. He's working it out. Yeah, and I apologize. My sound quality is not as nice as I would like. I'm just with some earbuds in here. Somewhere along the week, my headset is not where I last left it, so we're rolling with what we have. Looks like the 2 ball got tied up there. Sorry, I was getting some messages about a match. John might have to just cut this 9 ball all the way down the rail. Just trying to kick that in. Pretty clever. Not wanting to disturb that 7 ball surrounding by the 9 and the 10. Keep it tricky. Ooh, this is not a bad angle for banking the 7, especially now that he's got the 10 ball tied up with that 2 ball. He's definitely lining it up. Great shot by Mitch. Taking a look at the 5. Keep that insurance ball at the 2 in case something goes haywire. The angle's a little bit awkward to get back onto the one, though. Looks like it's going to be kind of traveling something along this line. So he's just going to elect to take the one ball. Plays a little bit more naturally the center table. Might get tree topped here. He's leaning, using that body English, trying to get full access to the cue ball. Looks like he got it. Be able to follow with the center ball here, back out the center table. Checked a little bit with inside English to keep that 8 ball completely out of the equation. The pocket is easy to make the ball here, but it's a little trickier on the position because you're kind of pinching it here and trying to find an angle. Kind of coming awkwardly at the 8 where the margin of error is a little bit less than comfortable. Oh, just missed catching the rail first, and cue ball just follows it straight in. Even though there's 4 balls left, John's got a little bit of his work cut out of him here for definitely wanting to take the 9 or 10 first. If you find yourself too flat on the rail, getting over for the 13 can be challenging. Is the 9 ball? No, it's not going to get into the mix. That challenging out with the pressure of this match is definitely weighing on John's mind there. And just like that, Mitch was able to take it down to tie it back up. Over on table 5, looks like there are 2 balls remaining. All right, let's see who next we have coming in here. I think this is Todd Brewer. It's a little hard to tell off of the roster who's matching up because I don't know who's on table 5 playing at the same time, so bear with me. I know a fair amount of players, but I do not know everybody by face and name. So far, it's just been a back and forth battle, 1 game to 1 game to 1 game. Don't think that there's been more than a one-game split so far. Great break. Stripes are definitely looking favorable. Might be looking to draw out of this, splitting the 8 and the 6 ball. Even better. You can play the combo on the 9 to the 12. Slicing the 13 in is what he's going to go for. Look out, cue ball. It's okay. Ooh, Solids has got a long, hard road to find their way out of this wreck. So I do believe this is Todd playing for stripes here for Silver Star. Gonna be calling this combination. Gets her down. Looks pretty good. 13, 14. Draw down for the 9-11. Have to draw a little bit high here. Landed pretty flat, but he might be able to cheat the pocket. Oh, yeah, he was perfect. Great shot by Todd. He's going to steal a little line from Zach Zager. Looking for the lollipop. If I can get it out in time. I imagine that's probably the most comfortable angle. He can definitely work the cue ball to get a little closer, but he's got lots of options. Playing a really nice pattern here. Just like that. This 8 ball to tie it back up. Oh, no. Wow. That was a brutal roll there at the end, too. Pretty sure he's going to have to kick into the long rail and kind of play something along this line just to try and get the good hit. But, man. Actually, I like kicking at the 1 if you can get to it. But, man, that's a spot to be in for Wes. Can you see this? Is he going to go rail first? Go rail first. As a cue ball. Tough spot for Wes, but Todd's going to close this one out with this 8 ball. Nicely done. See who's coming to the table to play next up here. Yeah, to all those that are watching live or watching later that were out here this week, we had so much fun. Lots of great pool, walking around the room, watching all these teams battling it out, the emotional highs and lows of competing for your team, your friends, yourself. Played a lot of things, but the anxiety and stress that comes for playing on a team is completely different than any other format that I've played in. So much can revolve around tiny little rolls, can switch momentum, bring tension and or confidence. Somebody on your team hits a great shot, gets the team fired up. Now everybody's coming to the table with that little surge of adrenaline and the comfortability. Things start going one way, then the other. I've won and lost hill for my teams before, and it's the greatest and the worst feeling in the world, depending on which way it goes. So I feel for these guys battling out here in the finals. Pressures are definitely high, and as we get deeper into this match, it's only going to intensify. All right. So this is John breaking against David. John, this table's breaking tough. John hit him great. Only two balls touching, and everything else is wide open spaces. My initial instinct is stripes, especially if that 13 can slide past that 6 ball and get the bottom right corner. We've had lots of poppin' music this week. I love seeing people kind of dancing to it as they're playing. It's a good tactic for your mental anxiety is kind of moving around a little bit, loosening up, especially if you've been sitting in a chair watching and stressing a couple of matches before you play again. Nice cut. Needs a little bit of bounce. He's using that body English to get as high up as he could. Yeah, in a perfect world, you can just roll this 10 ball in and creep forward for that 13, but he's calling the 14. That 6 blocks the 13. He might be coming into that cluster. Very well negotiated there. Gets a nice rub. Still be able to pocket the 14. I like David's shirt. Nice choice to be on stream. And if I am getting names wrong, that is just because I am misreading the roster. So I'm working off of that. I do apologize. I never want to get anybody wrong in their moments of glory. All right. See what he comes with here. He's trying to break that 13 out or Get down onto the 12. Looking to get a rub. Ooh. That is absolutely brutal. Yeah. Body language says it all of like, and I got nothing. Like grabbing the crutch, shooting off of the 13. I'm trying to look at him grabbing the crutch. Up to this rail, anywhere close to that upper rail is about the best you can do from here. Got the referee involved, so I'll go ahead and just get those lines out of the way. As soon as I do, he steps to the side. Plus, he's just firing this into the hole at Mach 1. Gets into that 11 ball to keep it up table. But I think there's clear look at the 1 ball for John. But this cluster near the rack area is going to be very challenging, especially when you only have 1 pocket to work with. Soon he's going to be eyeballing this 5-2 combination. That will be problem number 1 for solids to get out from here. But it is no easy feat. Man, when you got tricky outs, when the pressure's high, everything just wants to tense up. Yeah, it's trying to just trickle it in. It's crazy at that speed. The tiniest little piece of chalk on the table can cause the ball to misdirect. Not saying that's what happened, but just trying to hold it at those speeds, things can get tricky very quickly, especially with combinations. Oh, definitely wanted about another 6 inches at the minimum on that draw stroke. This is going to be one that if he's getting back up table, it's going to be a come with it shot and stroke. Don't think he called that pocket. That's one thing with big strokes is the pocket only takes perfect any little bit like that, and it does not go your way. See what John's able to do here. If that 5 ball slides by. Still got to do a little bit of work with that poor 6. Might just use the 2 ball to come into it and kind of take what comes. That's pretty workable. Can confidently kind of play this to the side pocket, rolling up onto the 7, knowing that even if anything bad arises, you're not selling a easy look. That 12 ball, I believe. Need some wheels. Now he's walking over to take a look at the 5 ball and running into the 6 to kind of remove it from that tricky positional area. You just don't want to come full into this ball off of the bottom rail. Yeah, he's electing it to be too tricky and just playing a safety here. giving up the bank. Really squats the rock. There might be a pathway out from here. 6 rolling forward, take a 7 in the side. Got to hold underneath of that ball to play the 3 ball. There is a pathway, but it is a very technical one. I do believe if that 7 ball is far enough over the side pocket, he may kind of play the 6 into the 7 and try and disrupt that tight position for the 3 ball. Yeah, playing very tight. You've ever played for $2,000 prize difference? You're not taking a lot of unnecessary risks. You're wanting to play the surest shots you know. Smart call by John. Another bank opportunity, it would appear. He's called it in the top right corner. Okay. And I was just waiting to kind of read the body reaction because I may have misread that. He may not have that bank and played a 2-railer, but ooh, these are nervy because you kind of have to slow roll this to some degree. Just John's keeping the pressure on David. Pulled the chat back up. Thanks, Feather Move, that I got Todd correct. That means that I should be close on the roster. Please let me know if I get anybody's names wrong. David's looking to kick this 8 ball in the top right. Big shot. Yeah, it's so tough being elevated up over a ball, having to kick that long of a distance. Any tiny wiggle of the body or tension makes it so challenging. John's got an opportunity here to close out these 4 balls to get to the 8. He's kind of creating his roadmap on how he wants to accomplish that. Nice stroke. Comes off the rail nicely to land almost perfectly straight in on the 5. But he might want to work the ball on the rail. He's got some options here. See which pattern he likes best. Either one is workable. It's really just how he's feeling. I mean, if I were to say personally, I like the 5-7-3. Just because like the 3 has a pretty nice area. All right. Just holds the ball enough to still be able to cut the three. It's pretty thin. Might be able to cut this and come 2 rails back over to the left-hand side of the table. See how he sees it. Overcut that thin cut. Leaves a tester, but an opportunity for Silver Star to tie this back up at 5-5. Big shot here. Oh, wow, that was so close. But he may have got doubled up on the 5 and the 3, having to play an off-angle combination with not a lot of cover. If you look to try and play safe, 8-ball just hanging in the pocket. He's taking a close look at this combination, maybe realizing that that combination is just as difficult as trying to find some level of safety from here. This is a tough spot for John. He's calling the combo. Yeah, that was a tough spot. Over on table 5, looks like 8-ball Warriors got that game. So,
Hey, Trevor.
Hey, Patrick, how you doing?
I'm doing good. It's Sunday afternoon and there's finals going on everywhere. So it's a fun day to hang out and watch pool. And I thought I'd join you for a little bit here. So what do we got going here? The Silver Star Syndicate and the 8-ball Warriors?
Yep, we are in the finals. The 8-ball Warriors are sitting on the point, so they only need 1 set to win. Silver Star would have to win 2 sets to win. The prize difference is right around $2,000 difference between first and second. I think first is $5,700 and give or take some change, and second place is 37. So both teams are sitting in a good way. Gonna be having a good payout, but $2,000 is a lot of motivation and a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and a lot of gas money to get back home, obviously. So I'm assuming the Silver Star Syndicate is from the Vancouver area, I'm guessing. That's where Silver Star Saloon is. And my assumption would be that that's why they named their team that. I don't know the players on these teams. And I don't know that WBCA this year has a thing on their website where you can actually look up the team names and get the player names for each teams.
They don't, but I have a photo of the roster I'll send over to you right now, so that way
Oh
we can
yeah,
keep
you got
each other on our toes.
Yeah, that's good, and I'll see if I know any of the players on there. What division is this?
This is the 1900 and under cap.
Okay.
That was David, I do believe. Nobody in the chat corrected me as far as I am aware. So I think the match that we're on right now, because David just broke, is that would make me assume that we're into the where Hunter is the one at the table currently.
John Hunter?
Yes. Sorry, I'm looking at the roster and realized that they took off the first name.
Maybe he goes by Hunter, but
Yeah, John Hunter is what's on the score sheet. Thanks for the correction.
oh, I like the EvoSports logo on the sleeve there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. These. Ooh, is it gonna drop? One. Nope. I counted 5 off in my head.
So the 8-Ball Warriors put the EvoSports logo on their shirts.
I do believe so. I think they are up in just over the border into Canada. The guys have been kind of hanging out in and out around the booth this last week. Got to meet some of them.
Okay.
Um,
And
had
there's
a good time.
John Hunter, Jonathan Carrier, Mark Hurst, and Wesley Weiss. Okay. And so this is Silver Star at the table, right?
Yep,
Right.
and this is David currently shooting.
Okay.
Solids got their work cut out for them. Or David's working solids here.
And David Brewer's on the team with Mitch Shepard, Frank McMurphy, and Todd Brewer. All right.
What do you like? You're drawn back for that 4 ball with the 7 because that's the 2 problem balls.
Yeah, let me take a look here.
You were probably looking at the score sheet. Sorry,
That's okay.
familiarizing yourself.
Well, it's all a moot point now because it's going to be 8-Ball Warriors coming to the table with a pretty good look at stripes. I don't really see any problems other than the 2 balls that are on the 11 and the 10. I typically want to take those out first, just because they're a little harder.
Yeah, that 8 ball is going to be a little bit tricky.
Good point. Yeah.
Gonna need center table position and a thin cut to have a look at a corner pocket for it, unless he finds himself underneath of it in some way.
So 1900 cap for a 4-player team. So that would mean that the average is 475 or below average. That's what my math says. Yeah. Oof. Rough one there. Yeah, solids definitely has the easier way out because of the 8-ball, like you had mentioned. When you take care of those solids down there, the 8 is playable anywhere. Versus when you're stripes, you really are limited to where you can put that 8-ball. So, but the 4-ball is kind of blocked by the 13 there. And
6-7 looks a little tied up in a way too. You kind of have to land short side on the 6 maybe, or do this. Nice shot.
yeah, this could work. He's got options. He's actually got 3 options really,
Hmm.
play the 7 in the side. He could cut the 6 in the corner. He could play the 1 up in the top corner.
How comfortable are you playing the 7 from that angle into the
I like
side pocket?
I like the 6 personally because the 6 is a problem, being that it's going to be harder to get shape on. And I don't like the 7 there necessarily holding for the 6. So, but this isn't bad. He's got to take the 4-ball out now. It's just
Especially
going
at that.
to, yeah,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, I was just saying that he just got down on it and made me think maybe it goes in the side pocket from there, but that is a tight angle. Like even if it does go, you have to strike that perfectly and come across the table for the 6. So
Yeah.
I do not blame him, even if that 4 ball does go to try and get underneath of it.
Yeah, my gut says that the 4 could come in to be a problem. This is okay.
Ooh, this is better than okay. That's about as
Well, yeah, but the just kind of getting the cue ball out of there is a little bit tricky.
he might have enough rail to work, just like pocket it with stun and come into the 13 maybe. But it
Yeah,
depends on how close it is with that point of that side pocket. It can get a little soft there and react oddly.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Okay, he had enough to go forward. That's really good play. Good cue ball control there. He had to catch that window.
He may have just gotten good enough on this too, where the 9 ball is not hampering, so he can access with a level cue low and just hold the cue right there. Really nice shot on that 4.
Yeah, we see we've got about 20 live viewers. Hit us up in the chat. Let us know you're there. See a couple of people in the chat. Always more fun for commentators when you guys are engaging with us and letting us know who you're rooting for, what's going on, who's who. That's always helpful.
Yeah.
I love my awesome wife, his shirt says. That'll get you a free pass for, a week of pool, right? Say, hey, I want to
Yeah.
leave town for 10 days and go play pool. She says, well, you got to wear this shirt the whole time. So Silver Star Syndicate up now 7-6, it looks like.
Yeah.
Just see,
And this
I think
8 ball
Rack,
could put him onto the hill.
yeah, Rack was one on the other table, and yeah, that's on the hill now. Yeah, good out for the Syndicate. Hey, what's up, Nikki? I know your username actually. I would have already known that that was you. M12. It is a very unique username. That's my pun. I'll stop. I'll stop now before people start leaving the stream. Oh, hey, we gained more viewers. We got up to 23 now, so maybe they like my jokes. I don't know.
All right. So pretty good spot for Silver Star. Got both of their players breaking both on 6 and 5 with the hill. But anything can happen. Like I've watched matches where they were down 7 games with their opponent on the hill and win the next 8 straight. So like the crazy thing about races to 1 in teams is
And so, just to interrupt, I would just want to make sure if they go to a second set, is it also a race to 9 in the second set?
I do believe so.
Okay. Will you do a favor and if they get close, make sure they don't end the stream on the tablet so that way we can keep the same stream going and just scores to 0?
Yeah.
Just saying.
I One
We'll,
good
we'll
thing
keep.
about not having my headset is I can just walk around with my earbuds in and kind of keep an eye on
Oh
the
yeah,
room.
that's the beauty of EvoSports commentating is you're not tied to any specific station. You can be wherever. I'm sitting here on my living room couch with a tablet, basically.
Yeah. All right. Well,
And you got your headphones in. It sounds good too.
oh, all right. I
So
wasn't
scratch.
sure of the quality yet, so yeah,
Yeah,
scratch on the brake and a dry brake on the other table. So opportunity for 8 ball warriors to try and make this a close one.
yeah. No, your audio sounds good. It's just I like being able to hear the balls too. So that's nice that you're there and I can hear the sound of the balls and stuff. So it's an added bonus.
Yeah, I'm actually just gonna stand up on a chair and watch both matches simultaneously. Assuming that's one perk about being here in person.
You have a tablet that you're commentating from?
No, I got my laptop here, but I'm only about 15 feet away from both of these tables and kind of can see both tables a little bit more clearly.
Yeah, you probably easier than looking at the screen even. Yeah, for sure.
I obviously don't want to go stand over their shoulder and be talking about the stresses that they're feeling at this pivotal moment in this
Right. Nice combo.
tournament. Really nice combo.
And do we know where these guys are from, the 8 Ball Warriors?
I do believe that they are up near the Vancouver area in Canada.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're all from the same location up there. Oh, cue ball.
Yeah, that's rough right there. But still not nothing easy to get out of this with. I mean, if you want to be aggressive, I don't see a real value in being aggressive here, just because there's two problems for, there's two problems. You've got this problem here, and then you've also got this problem over here, right? So if you go aggressive and you break it out, you're still, I mean, you could make the 15 by pocketing I think it's the 12 ball in the side, and you get that shape on the 15. It's just not easy to do.
Yeah.
But he looks like he wants to get aggressive here and pocket the 9, break out the 13. I mean, I don't hate it, but I also think that 4 ball is the potential for that 4 ball to, come into this area here and cause problems, so you got to be aware of where that 4 is going to go. And it stays out of trouble for now. Okay.
I'm trying to see if that 13 ball that he's right next to there goes into the side pocket, and obviously not from the angle that he's at because I think that's too thin, but it looks like it might pass because I am directly along that line of sight. If anybody's wondering where in the area I am, I'm right about over there. Looking to try and get on the 15 here. Ooh, he's slicing it. I misread that completely. Nice shot.
You guys are wondering where I'm at. I'm about 6 hours in this direction. Depending on how fast you drive. Like it.
Yep, that 13 goes into the corner from there.
But he's flat on this. So, are you going to draw for bank shape on the 15? If you're perfectly flat, you can't really get. Yeah. What do you do here, Trevor? Do you like drawing back for a nice bank shot on the 15?
Ooh, that's
Just going for it here. I mean, you're kind of putting all your chips in the middle.
yeah, that's you. That's a pretty aggressive play. I I'm not sure what I would do here. Like it's just
You got some.
looking to
You got
kind of
maybe.
lay.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, he's looking at this 11 ball or just looking to what lay up on the top rail.
Lay up on the 8. I think he wants to get under the 8. Hit this real thin. Come up under the 8.
Yeah,
It's a real tough place to get. I mean, it would be great if he could only leave him a look at the 6 so that he had to break out the 6 ball, but that's real hard to do.
indeed.
You
Might
know, like, yeah, here he goes. So let's see what he's got in store. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think for premium bank shape, he needed to draw back a hair. He can stiffen this. but this is aggressive, like we were talking about. You're putting your chips in the middle.
Cue ball is going to get low and get tough.
All right, looks like the 8-ball Warriors are at the both tables now. They've got possession of both tables.
Yeah, and looks like, oh, just on the other table ends up running into the one and leaving it pretty long.
He's on the 8-ball though.
No, he's on the stripes. He's got 2 stripes left, and there's one solid on table 5.
Okay, I'm looking at it in the little window, and so I couldn't really tell which one was
Yeah.
stripe and solid. So, thank you for that. I don't know about that one. I don't think he got what he wanted out of that shot there.
Yeah, pressure is definitely mounting. I'm sitting here watching both teams, watching their teammates, watching very closely from the sidelines. And as you're at the table, you can just feel those pressures.
Yeah.
That's a pretty decent line to get to just kind of draw, stun up above the 8.
Yeah, it's a little
Oh,
more angle than he probably wanted, but it's definitely doable.
well,
He come
oh,
he came into the 8. He's going to still have a shot. It's just a lot tougher than he wanted. So
little,
Nikki's the 8-ball Warriors. Um, that's her out of their Tuesday league up there in the Vancouver area, Richmond area, I guess.
well, it's
I'm thinking out of Metro, most likely.
okay.
Oh, he's overcut the 8.
He's overcut the 8, and
Boy, he's had a chance. Oh, what do we have on the other table? On table 5. Oh, that was 8-ball Warriors got that one. So
yeah,
with these with this last few balls, they could be at hill real quick.
yeah,
And 8-ball Warriors only needs to win the one match, right? The one set, because they had won the point, correct?
correct.
Okay, and the Silver Star Syndicate needs to win 2 sets. And they're on the hill first, but everything is showing that we could be hill. Looks like
This is
they're
a
holding off on starting another game on table 5. They're probably going to wait to have the hill game on this table. If it goes,
what a
nice
shot!
shot. Yeah,
What a shot!
yeah. The pressure, man. They look easy on camera, but under the pressure of your whole team, like sitting there biting their fingernails, you know. Great job, 8-ball Warriors ties it up, and we got the hill rack. Let's see if they can put it on this one. And if you want to just grab that tablet probably and just take it away from them so they can't end the stream, that would be good. They don't need
Yeah,
it anymore.
I just went over to tell them to have the final match be on 6
There you go.
to make sure, and I will go grab the tablets now as they're racking. So I will be right back.
Thank you. Yes, I was right. Nikki says the Metro Cafe is where the 8-ball Warriors. And yeah, if you want to get commentary on the EvoSports table, you just have to put the EvoSports logo on your team jerseys, and then you get commentators that show up randomly. So there you go. Both the Silver Star and the Metro are both EvoSports locations, though. So Silver Star has 4 EvoSports tables. 2 of the 7-footers and 2 of the 9-footers have EvoSports installed on them. And of course, Metro, one of the OG EvoSports locations, one of the very first in the world, we're in over 70 venues. Metro might have been the first, if not one of the first anyway. Q1, I think, might have been the first. All right, so a good break. And who do we have that's doing the Hill match here? Can you guys help me out in the chat and let me know who the players are that are doing Hill?
Yeah,
Oh,
this is John Hunter and Todd Brewer, and
thank
John
you.
Hunter just broke.
All right.
Nice open table, but the cue ball's in a tricky spot for any look at an opener.
So does Nikki's in the chat? Does John Hunter go by John or does he go by Hunter? I'd like to call him by the preferred name.
Yeah, go ahead and hit that share button out there. Get everybody in here watching this Hill battle for potentially all of it. Depending on 8-ball warriors can find the way to win this rack. If not, we'll be going to a decider.
I love a Hill game in teams. I just love it, because it's really singles at this point, but the whole team is behind you and that
Yeah,
everybody's watching and it's the finals, right? And it's like there's nothing more exciting as a player than playing in that Hill match for your team in a finals.
exciting is one way to put it. The pressure, the pressure is incredible. Like, I
But
mean, you can just,
honestly, though, isn't that why we do this? Like, we get off on that kind of adrenaline rush. That's why we do this game. That's why we play this game. That's why we want to put ourselves in positions like that. It's because we love it, and that's the best thing about this game is it gives you a very clean high, if you will, with no drugs necessary.
yeah.
Right? All right.
And what are you doing here? Taking stripes
Yeah,
into the side?
I like stripes because the 11 ball leads you to breaking out the 12. And so it's easier to get out of trouble with stripes, but there's more problems than just the 12-7. But I like the opener here with the 10 ball.
Right.
And he's got on the oh maybe that's the 10 ball. I can't really tell what
I think that's the 12.
it's the 12.
There that
Oh, and
he's looking at.
the 15 is the one that's locked up to that's the 15 and the 7 that's there.
Correct.
Okay, thanks. For whatever reason, looked a little purple on my screen, but I'm looking on a tablet. So, all right. So he's on the 12. And this is Todd.
Stroke out. Love to see the confidence. Nothing tentative about that stroke, really just letting it out, trying to come 3 rails into that 715. Still has some options, kind of looking at what's available to get that breakout. Which ball, if you had ball in hand, would you be shooting the breakout onto that 715?
If I had ball in hand,
Mm-hmm.
I probably would at this point in the rack. I would probably take a swing at it.
I think that
But
was a miscue. Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
seeing.
later in the rack when you have less balls on the table, it's more risky because you just have a less of an opportunity to recover from something funny happening.
This is a first for me. I'm standing on top of a chair so I can look over everybody from about 30 feet away, watching all the players as well as having the screen view to look at. I'm watching a lot of hands wiping on the pant legs from both teams.
Yeah. Exactly. So
We are
John,
not professionals out here. We do not do this every week, so this pressure is not something that everybody is comfortable and used to.
yeah, for sure. And John Hunter here, he's a 587 Fargo. And so he's their high Fargo. Todd Brewer's a 550 Fargo.
And I've played Hunter a few times in the minis, and he knows a thing or two, that is for certain. What a shot.
So that'll
Wow.
tell you right there what he knows. That was a great shot.
Now everything is open. What's your pattern?
Hmm. Well, I mean, my concern is really the three ball. So, but there's really no way to get to it off of the not. I mean, ideally, actually, if I could, if he has a thick enough piece of the seven to draw off of the rail and kind of bump and nudge the 15 ball, that
This?
yeah, like if he could do that shot, that would get him perfect for either the five or the three. If he didn't get what he wanted out of the three, he would have the five as a backup ball. So yeah, my focus is all on that three ball.
Ooh, that was clever. Held for the seven, gets a little flatter on it to hold for the underneath side of the three. A little bit
Yep.
more available to shoot the shot you were.
Yeah, and he might just choose to slow roll this so he's not taking
Hmm.
any chances of accidentally getting behind the 15. Just because does it really matter if you take it, from there or from 6 inches closer? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He might just roll this in. It's just more of a guarantee of what you're going to get.
Big
And
shot.
yeah, big shot here. He's got a little angle. He should be able to stun out for the eight in the same pocket, I think. If
Oh,
I
net,
see
you got $2,000 riding on this out.
right, Eight Ball Warriors will win the championship for the 1900 and under teams.
Wow, what
What
a
a shot.
champ
You know
indeed.
what? That deserves a little bit of cash. Oh, I don't know if that worked. And down it
And
goes.
that's it.
Get going. Give them applause. Gets a round of applause from the people there. And I got a couple of replays. Let's check these out. You got that breakout shot on the seven. And then you got this gem right here on the three ball to get it done.
Super clutch out from Hunter there to secure the hill finish. Well done from both teams. Silver
Yeah.
Star Syndicate really putting the pressure on, getting to the hill first, and put up a heck of a tournament. 88 teams in this division. Both of these teams have played a lot of pool this week.
Yeah, absolutely. All of the players on both teams should be very proud of how they did to get to this point. And there's always going to be somebody that's going to get second, but that's a huge accomplishment to even get runner up in an event like this. So, and huge congrats to the Eight Ball Warriors. They'll be celebrating at Metro Cafe, I'm sure. If you haven't checked it out, Metro Cafe is in Vancouver, BC. It's a great place. Got about, I think, 6 or 8 7-foot diamonds, beautifully maintained. They do a great. Uh, they have a league and a lot of good players out of there.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me, Patrick. Thanks to everybody tuning in. We'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm going to go congratulate these guys and see you
Yeah.
guys a little later.
And I'm out of here. Thank you very much, and we'll talk soon. All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
Have a good one.